Welcome to Seven Animals Qigong. I'm Thomas Silvani, your Qigong host for the day. So, in this class, I do a brief time at the beginning and end of each class, about 10 minutes on each side, where I invite folks to join and discuss Qigong, have questions and answers, talk about strategies of bringing Qigong into our lives more and more, or less and less, or more and less. For example, Qigong on the go would be a way to bring it through your daily life. Say you've got 5 minutes here, 3 minutes there, 10 minutes there. If you're out walking, some things you can think about. Those would be a Qigong on the go type exercises. Now, most Qigongers try to have a morning routine as well. Let's say 20 minutes in the morning is brilliant thing to aim for. And then you can have something at the other side of the day too. And then a nice practice period somewhere in the day as well, more of a study period, more of a working on new things period, more of an explorative period. Whereas the morning routine might be a little bit more get to it, wake up the body, get moving. So, and then the middle part of the class, I do a sort of Qigong flow, drawing on the different forms that I work with. The seven Animal Frolics being sort of the core of what I do. Although core, I want to shy away from that term because the core practices, um, could be the 8 pieces of brocade, the opening the breath. But there's something about the seven animals that is at least core to my approach now to Qigong. Um, there's a great creativity that I find with the seven animals. And I love the variations on energy that you get with the animals. Crane being serene, soaring, great for the lungs, tiger being intense and fiery. There's just a great contrast, and it's kind of fun to work with the animals. So that's what I do in this class. So today we're going to do some tiger and dragonfly. Tiger is this fiery, intense, bright, but I also think of just the warmth of a cat purring. How good of a time a cat has with its life. There's a warmth there. And then dragonfly is so beautiful. It's very centered. It's very grateful. It really works with opening the chest area and expanding our breath that way. And there's this meditation on devotion, gratitude, and what I'll call the spiritual heart. So I think that'll be a nice way to close today. Let's just take a few centering breaths here. Feet shoulder width apart. Really allowing yourself to come back to your body, back to your breath. In Qigong, tip of the tongue is touching the roof of the mouth, breathing in and out through our nose. The silent breath. Of course, if you're obstructed, you can totally use your mouth to assist. So we're going to begin with tiger. Tiger has this sort of hand position. And you can think about a center point here as being the center of your claw grip. There's like a still point there. And you could imagine energy radiating out from that point. So let's do let's do 9 breaths in this position. Now, as we stand in Qigong, our tailbone is tucked in ever so slightly. So we kind of have a nice flat part of our spine, whereas we can allow the rest of the spine to find a nice natural curve. But towards the end, we tuck it in ever so slightly, and that helps us ground to circulate the chi, prevents energy leaks, chi leaks, as we call them. Here we go, 9 breaths. You can just use your own pace. Eyes are bright. Imagine a fire lighting up your visual scene and space around you. And 3 more breaths. Good. So, in general, as we practice together, once you've learned the form, I encourage you to really find your own pace. Even though there is guidance in terms of how fast you do one thing or another, generally in Qigong, we're slowing ourselves down compared to like a normal pace. But yeah, as we practice, lean towards the slower, but definitely find your own pace, especially as we do a number of repetitions and you kind of find your own groove with it. Okay, good. Let's do some tiger walking. It's nice because tiger really wakes you up and feeling a little relaxed. So this is good. So we're gonna drop our hands, step forward, land on the balls of our feet. Then draw in, heel up, in, out, heel, drawing in, out, in. Okay, so we're still working with this. This is that main theme of tiger. And now we're working in some walking. Okay, so we're going to start with the weight on our left foot. Um, right foot forward on the heel here, breathing in, out, in, in, out. And this can be a louder breath. Good. So feel free to get your arms going, use those muscles, grip, draw up. You can visualize yourself drawing up energy from the earth, up the spine, around, and then into that bright vision. Good, let's do it again. Weight is on our left, right foot, heel down, toes are up. We draw in, out, in, out. Good. Notice there's quite a bit of vigor to this takedown. Let's do one kind of at our own pace. Weight is on our left, right toes are up, we draw in. Good. Second walking is just like the first, but we add something. It's like this we've done the takedown and then we bring it all down. So let's say you've grabbed your prey, now you're going to sink to the ground with your prey. So aim for some release in that portion. You can also exhale a little bit more on that. So it's like you've exhaled a little more. And that's it. That's all that's different than number one. So weight is on our left, right toes are up. Draw in, out, out a little bit more. And of course, we sink down to our front foot and we bring the hands so they're sort of level to the earth. Drawing in, we bring that heel up, out, sink, in, out, out, in, out, out, in, out, in. Good. Let's do another. Weight is on our right, left toe, right toes are up. Drawing in. Yeah. I'm going to do one more tiger. Two more tigers. I'm going to do one more in the sequence, and then I'm going to skip one and do the final tiger. Okay, so this one is, again, just a tweak of the last one. So what we're going to do is we're going to point ourselves to the direction where the foot is coming forward, right? So weight is on our left. We draw in. Now we're going to draw in a little bit more on our right side. Then we're going to look at a 45-degree angle to our left and then sink. Draw in on that side, look to the right and sink. You see? So let's do it together. Weight is on our left. Looking to the right, right toes are up. Drawing in on that side. Stepping forward, looking to the left on the balls of the feet. Sink. In, out, sink. Good. So we're really extending that brightness, extending our vision, extending our environment, our king of the jungle, the tiger. We are letting all of the space around us know of our vitality. Weight is on the left, toes are up on the right. We draw in, look to the left. Nice. So notice how dynamic these movements are. How the motion that we ask our bodies to do here is quite interesting. I'll notice I'm not even one side to the next. It's not natural for me to do it exactly the same. And then I'll get curious about that. Um, my Qigong teacher once said to let your, say, left side teach you right side, and vice versa. So, yeah, be curious about the movement, explore it. That's definitely a big part of Qigong. It's not necessarily about getting it perfect the first time. There isn't exactly perfect. Okay, let's do the final tiger, which is a really cool one. And we're going to start. Usually I start weight on that side. For some reason, I want to do it on this side. So we're going to start weight on the right, left foot forward. Um, and then we're going to have, our right hand forward and our left hand back. Our left hand, our palm is facing slightly up, and our right palm is down. Now, as we draw in, we move that back hand facing up, which sort of extends the chest, and we're also going to go to the heel. So that's this one. So let's go through this one. Is more complicated than I expected to guide you guys through today. But yeah, let's see how it goes. So as we draw in, the heel goes down, the back hand lifts. We breathe in, we step forward, okay? I love this one. That's why I wanted to do it today. I didn't expect it to be complicated to guide, but maybe you guys are doing just fine with it. Good. Let's do it one more time. Weight is on our right. Left toes go forward. Uh, so it's sort of like the opposite hand goes forward and back from our legs, right? Our back hand, the palm is up. As we draw in, that front foot goes to the heel and the back arm turns around. As we exhale, we claw forward, and then we're in the opposite here. And sometimes I end up on my toes here. Yeah, I have to say I end up on my toes on this one. So this is a toes one. It's quite dynamic, so and quite quick. So to find the ball is a little bit more of a slower thing, I think. Okay, here we go. Weight is on our right, left foot forward this time. Left arm back, right hand forward. Drawing in, exhale. Good. Let's do 3 cleansing breaths. Inhale up, exhale down. So let's just take a moment to honor the tiger. We have 2 cats now. One's just a kitten still. The other one is probably 8 or 9 months by now. And it's lovely to see the older one find a more mature way in the world. And she has quite a personality. It's definitely cat personality rather than a human personality. So she matures in that direction. And she has this calm about her and this like lustrousness about her. And I think I think there's a magic in that for us humans to see this sort of, let's call it the magic of the tiger or the feline, that they have a way in the world that is so sensual, so bodily arrived, and they just vibrate with pleasure sometimes. I saw this meme recently, and it was these 2 aliens, um, and one had picked up a cat, and he said, "I found this. It's vibrating." So it's interesting because Tiger Animal Frolic doesn't necessarily have that kind of energy. It's more that kind of side of the cat, the sort of playful, will always be attacking the next thing. And yet, in that last movement that we did, there's such a fullness of extension that there's something just very satisfying about doing that movement and feeling that in your body. Yeah. So there's a depth, there's a going to the depth of the body, right? There's a sort of trust. So bow to you, tiger. There's a nice segue from this energy of finding like a soothing warmth of tiger. Because dragonfly has a devotional gratitude towards nature, towards life, and towards energy. There's a gratitude for having a body, for being able to work with energy, for being able to discover new things in our body new feelings, new sensations, be able to work with that, find something that works and to return to it the next day. A gratitude towards that aspect of life. And you might say, well, that's seems like a very human or even spiritual path approach to life. When I say spiritual path, I mean just development, human development. I mean people who are interested in devoting themselves to consciousness and the path of discovering about consciousness and landing those discoveries and those ways of furthering our experience in the body more and more and more, into our lives more and more. We might think of this as a particularly human endeavor, and it might be. For me, Dragonfly has this interdimensional aspect to it because as an insect, it is so foreign to my human experience in some ways. And I think with that foreignness, it brings in this interdimensional quality or exploration. Like I'm actually tapping into the grid of reality in some way by visiting with this creature that is much smaller than I and yet can fly, be there and there and there and can hover in the air. He has an alien kind of quality about him, doesn't it? Which I just mentioned with the cat meme a moment ago. So Dragonfly, yes, represents this very vast energy, presence, way, posture, let's say. And you'll see it in the posture of Dragonfly. So I think we can do the entirety of Dragonfly together today. So most of Dragonfly is performed with the heels touching. We're going to deviate from that in movements 2 and 3, but then we come right back. And even those postures are kind of like this, but extended in a way. You'll see. Okay. So our first movement, we could call all these standing meditations, even though there's a lot of movement to them, but we're not walking. So our middle fingers sort of create a line with our arms, let's imagine. And let's imagine turning our palms around that line. We're turning our palms and our forearms and upper arm. And we're synchronizing that with the breath. Inhale, they come up. Exhale, they return down. Inhale, they come up. Exhale, they return down. Now we're also on the inhale, rocking forward ever so slightly. Rocking forward ever so slightly. And then returning to a more central place. So we're not going back necessarily. Inhale, rocking forward. Exhale, returning. And notice the opening in the chest this creates. Rocking back. Number 3. Now we're going to do this 9 times. The third, 4, 5. Now we can remember this devotional energy of Dragonfly I mentioned. 6. 3 more at your own pace. Good. Now let's step back with our right foot. And we're going to do this. So it's kind of an extension of number 1. We still do the hands, but now we're really extending this the movement. We're actually rocking back in order to open the chest more. That's an inhale. I believe that's 4. This will be 5. And 6. And 3 more at your own pace to make 9. Other side now. We'll do 9 here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 3 more at your own pace. Good. Now we're going to bring the feet back together, heels touching. Let our arms float up to our chest. And we're going to think about our 2 fingers kind of aiming at each other. And then we're going to breathe in. We're going to lean forward, open the hands, widen them, and turn them slightly up. And then exhale, come back to the initial position. Inhale. Exhale. Number 3, inhale, opening. Leaning forward slightly, exhale, returning. Center. Number 4. Exhale. 5. 6. 3 more on your own pace. Next movement, we'll bring our hands, palms facing basically our third eye area. Well, the palms are actually facing kind of behind us, but direct them a little bit towards your head. They're on the level of the third eye. The third eye is activated. Now, as we breathe in, we lean forward, turn the palms around, and extend it out slightly. And then exhale, coming back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 5, 6. If you're getting tired or dizzy at all, just take a rest. Have a seat. 3 more on your own pace. Sometimes Qigong can be very intense. We don't exactly know why it is one day and not another day. It's important to work with what your body's telling you. Okay, let your hands fall. We're going to scoop here and bring the back of the fingers together and draw up the center line. Inhaling. We'll curl out here, extend out, exhaling down, returning back to center in terms of our orientation of our body. Inhaling, leaning forward slightly, bring up the hands up the center line, curl out, exhaling down. Inhale, exhale. Number 4, number 5, number 6. 3 more at your own pace. This is brilliant for feeling and seeing beyond this regular physical reality that we regard as real and into those extra dimensions that we were speaking about earlier. Final dragonfly movement. Prayer hands at the chest. We're breathing in, moving forward, breathing out, coming to center. Breathing in, forward, out, come back to center. And this will be our conclusion for today. Have some gratitude for yourself for bringing you to this practice today. Feel the gains in your body and your feeling. And there's my kitty. Wondering when she'd return. It is thundering out there today. So I was a little concerned. She's always in such a good mood after coming in from outside. Say hi. Yes, Naomi. Hey. Thank you for joining us today about Dragonfly, about a tiger, about Naomi, and about you. See you next time.